Somebody shot my dad. I get the killer mentality. I come from murder and tragedy. Single burn home and family. Do this shit for my whole family. I'ma go get me a Grammy. You know that I'm missing you, Granny. Backbone to my whole family. I got to turn for the family.
So we got a section of the show. I think our producers is ready. We about to cue it up. We're gonna call this hot or not. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna show this, and then we're gonna give you about 2 minutes to respond to what you said. So what you think about the defunding the police department, particularly DC now has $15 million that they cut from the police department. What you think they should do with that bread?
I mean, I think they should put it back into the community, provide more resources. So, but I always feel like they move the money around, but we really don't see it. So I feel like PG County, we see where our money goes to a certain extent, but DC, I just feel like you never see it. So they can take the money and do whatever, but are those communities going to see it?
So would you say defunding the police is hot or not?
I'm going to go ahead and say hot.
Next one. Cities need to invest in their communities and not just invest in the police. I mean, it's kind of just like what we said, but in terms of like getting people jobs. Now we about to prep you. We got to end and see what you say. So we're gonna take you down this road.
I'm not ready for this. Okay.
Hot or not, cities need more investment.
Cities need more investments. I guess that would be hot. We need so much.
That would be hot.
What you think?
Yeah. Where do we start? Well, in my field, I feel like it's just so much. And I feel like every community needs something different. And that's the problem. We try to, give everything, every community is different. We got to give different things to different neighborhoods because everybody don't need the same thing. So
one of the things that I think this is so important, like even in terms of DC, like the racial wealth gap in DC. So for people that don't know, in DC, a white household has a wealth of $284,000. So Ms. Hardy, I want to ask you, what do you think is the wealth of a black family in DC if whites have $284,000 of wealth? What do you think blacks have?
Well, the low income, maybe with COVID, 36,000.
Lower.
No.
Yeah.
I ain't getting no lower than that.
I give you two more. You said 36. If we was playing hot bread and butter, you so cold right now.
I'm cold.
Yeah.
24,000. 24.
You're still.
You said a year, right?
You're frosty. Just wealth. Yeah. You're frosty.
Don't tell me 12.
Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wealth of a black family in DC is $3,500. So if you took their assets minus their debts, they would have a wealth of $3,500 compared to $284,000 for whites.
I always say some of us have the same street, different views. You can literally look across the street and see the difference.
And one of the things that this also says too is the last thing is that the lack of having a level 1 trauma center in the community. And so think about in terms of Southeast Ward 7 and 8 and like where is the level 1 trauma center? Why is it that when somebody gets injured, they have to be taken all the way actually outside of the district to George County Hospital?
Yep.
Right. So those are the things that we need to address. And for those that don't know, the closer you are to a trauma center, the more likely you are to survive. The further away you are, is an article called Murder in Medicine. So the further away you are from a trauma center, the more likely it is that you will not survive from your injury if you're shot. So in terms of PG moving to Largo, that's actually may increase the amount of time it takes to get to the trauma center if you get hit in Ward 7 or Ward 8. I think it's going to add 21 minutes onto the transportation time. So that may be that 21 minutes may be the difference between life and death.
Just to add to that, we've had guys that were shot on Chesapeake or shot around Parkland or whatever the case might be, and they were taken to PG Hospital. That's a long ride.
It's a long ride. It's a long ride. So we advocating for this article for investments in cities. We also talking about level 1 trauma units that should be placed directly in our neighborhoods.
And not only, was it from Chesapeake to PG Hospital? And Doc, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say 2018 was what, 856 violent injuries, Doc?
No, we had 746.
746. 746.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
That's been violently injured.
Yeah.
Wow.
PG is like one of the busiest, if not the busiest, at one point, the busiest level 2 trauma center in the United States.
How do y'all feel about PG? How's it? Because PG got a bad rap. My mom,
we see why.
They took my mom to PG. I said, "Oh, you guys want my mom to die?" But PG has a bad rap. What do you guys think?
Hands down, from the surgeon perspective, I think we have the best surgeons in the country.
Oh, no. On Gunshot, they got the best violent injury. Okay. They got the best surgeons. Yeah, they got the best surgeons in the country on violent injury. Trust me. Like if you get injured, you will want to go there. Okay. But I'm not going to speak on everything else. But,
everything else.
You see everything else in the news, but on the injury,
you might want to pray about it.
Yeah. You might be going. I don't know. I ain't going to speak on it, but yeah, you might want to take some prayers. They prayed up. Okay. All right, next one. So we're going to watch this one.
Glass could be heard breaking throughout downtown, as well as multiple rounds being fired near the Gucci store on Michigan Avenue. It happened as dozens of looters took to the streets of the Mag Mile in River North, clearing out stores. Superintendent David Brown says a police-involved shooting Sunday afternoon on 57th and Racine sowed the seeds of chaos.
Tempers flared, fueled by misinformation as the afternoon turned into evening.
Social media posts encouraging looting downtown for the car caravans that headed into the Loop, with dozens of people ransacking stores after midnight. Mayor Lightfoot called the looting straight-up felony criminal conduct.
And to be clear, this had nothing to do with legitimate, protected First Amendment expression.
400 police officers were sent to the downtown area, but they weren't able to stop the pillaging. More than 100 arrests were made and 13 officers were injured. Some officers even exchanged gunfire with someone in a passing car as they were trying to arrest a man caught carrying a cash register near Michigan and Lake.
To those who engaged in this criminal behavior, let's be clear. We are coming for you. We are already at work and finding you, and we intend to hold you accountable for your actions.
Many stores that were hit were just beginning to restock after the looting in late May and early June, when they were hit again this morning after steps were taken to prevent it.
This wasn't a simple glass to break.
No, not at all. It's probably about 1,000 pounds worth of glass. It was 1 inch thick, tempered and laminated, both strong and the safest you could get.
High-end stores like Gucci, Dior, and Hermes
not playing.
With thieves taking everything, including the mannequins.
Took the Gucci mannequins.
Now, as you pointed, access to the downtown area will.
What you
think? Kids, yeah, that's crazy.
I got two perspectives on that.
I just feel like it probably was a bunch of kids. I give and I might be wrong. That's a woman in me, but I give kids a pass on a lot of things. I probably don't agree with shooting the place, but in that time, the looting, I wouldn't do it myself, but I get it. And it came with what all was going on. Like,
Right.
leave them kids alone. Find Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor is how I feel about
Exactly. And I think that's my
that.
point, right? And so we're so quick, the police are so quick to protect property. Like they'll go and protect the Gucci store, but what's going on in neighborhoods, they not that concerned with.
And she talking about we're coming to get you. I'm like, girl, if you sit your leave at the beaver face looking ass down some motherfucking way. Yeah. Tell me we're coming to get you. How about you get them police who just shot that kid fucking 24 hours ago?
Exactly.
Tell me we coming to get you, girl.
She makes me think of the lady who running with Biden.
Oh. All right, let's get into that a little bit.
Was that coming up? Was that
you baited and said I was gonna stay away from that.
I mean, I heard she was a cop, so of course so I'm not with it, of course.
She was a prosecutor, state's attorney for California.
Yeah, I can't. I don't like that.
Is that going to affect your vote?
Of course, yeah. But I'm just finding all of this out. I still have to do more research, so I might feel different later, but I just don't care. She was a cop.
If she was a state, I wonder how many years she done gave out.
Yeah.
To black.
Now,
she still has people that could have been exonerated while she was the state's attorney because they had DNA that could have exonerated people. So
there's some good people out there, but I learned with Mayor Bowser, just because you're a certain color don't mean you do good. Not saying she do bad or good, but you can't judge a person by the color of their skin
at all.
So I would suggest everybody read up on her.
Yeah,
read up on her criminal justice track record, which to me is horrible.
And it's crazy. Before we move on, it's crazy. I mean, look how they did. They brought Obama in, right? And then they turned around and brought Trump in. Like, this shit was a setup since day one. Let me go ahead and give the black people what they want so we could follow up with this monkey that's about to come in. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy.
And being in the military, I think they, even from no disrespect, but I feel like they're all puppets.
They definitely, I agree.
So, I feel like they're all, I think it's a force behind them. So they're going to give us what we want to see. So you really got to have your own mind when dealing with that type of stuff.
Okay. Next one.
Let's see.
Would you please stop? Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to me.
I'm taking a picture and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Excuse me?
Poor dog.
Poor dog. Yes. She's serious.
I'm sorry. I'm in the Ramble, and there is a man, African-American. He has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African-American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the Ramble. I don't know.
Thank you.
She was doing way more bodily harm to the dog.
So listen, we know that
she was in her feelings.
Yes, she was. So we know that we got a name for them now. We call them Karens, right?
Karens.
And so there's now what's being proposed as the Karen Act, which will make it a crime for people to call the police in 911 calls when there's actually nothing that's happening in that case. Do you think that should go down or not? You support that law? For white women shedding tears that are making false calls about black men?
Just for white women?
I mean, it could be anybody, but a sister's not going to do that.
I don't know. When sister's mad at a man,
what?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
That's true.
What?
That's hot.
The sister that found out about the mistress.
Check it out. All right, so check it out. If we got
I didn't die back in the day a couple of times
myself. Listen. If we got a Karen law, what would we name that law for sisters? What would we call it?
No, I'm protesting. No, I don't want
what would we call it? Since we saying it's a Karen law that's made on based on the name of white women, if we had a law that was made for sisters that called the 911 on brothers, but brothers wasn't really doing nothing at all, what would we name that?
Oh my God!
He got me fucked up.
He got me fucked up, law. I like that. He got me fucked up, law. He was my friend.
Eleanor Norton, Ian McDuffie, Trayon White. Remember, we gonna have the "he got me fucked up" law. We gonna put out.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because we were working with a family where it's something like that happened. The girl called and said that the boyfriend had a gun, and when the police came, they shot and killed him. But really, he didn't have a gun. So their defense was the girl said he had a gun. Yeah. So I don't like that current law. Unless they can discriminate, but no.
All right, Miss Hardy, the last one.
Okay.
Here
I
we
like
go.
these. Oh my gosh. Why y'all put me on to this? What? Oh man. I like that part. I'm sorry. But you know what? I'm not supposed to like this.
I said certified free, 7 days a week, wet and gushy, make that pull-out game weak.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me, quick jump. Hot or not. Now, some sisters would say, it's about sexual liberation, and sisters had the ability to say whatever they want. And some other would say that it's ratchet. Where you fall on that? Hot or not?
I'm lukewarm.
Why?
For me, I love the video. I think it's really pretty. I think it's cute and catchy, but I just wish that, like, back in the day, the women were a little more subliminal with what they were talking about. Like, little girls know what they talking about. Back in the day, we would be singing lyrics and like, oh, they talking about sex. So I just feel like it's too, like, it's cute. It's real cute, but y'all could have reworded it where little girls didn't really know what y'all was talking about.
It's like rated TVMA type shit instead of rated R.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the only thing. But I mean, I always just try to put myself back at when I was that age, or when I was, when I was younger, like in the stuff that I was into. So I'm slow to judge. Like, all I be like is I cannot judge y'all because I used to shake to that too. I'm the old lady now.
And I think first of all, let me say this off box. I love my black women. I think black women are amazing, and but I also think that let's just be careful. Let's just be careful what we allow our children to watch.
Yeah.
The images that we throw out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at one point in time, there was a lot of young black men, and they still doing it, you know, making videos, tip drill, and all this and all that.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of women getting upset, you know, about that, right? And I think that if you're going to get upset about that, now sometimes you might have to check yourself if you're allowing this to go on. You know what I mean? Because I hear don't call women bees and don't treat them like such and such or whatever the case might be, to treat them with, you know, compassion and be gentle. But it's like, you know, when you talking like that, it's like, what you want me to do? I'm confused.
And I try to teach
I need to
kids
raise my hand. I need to talk to somebody.
Right. And I tell the kids, I tell y'all, this music not real life. Like, y'all remember that. This music is cute, it's catchy. You might even catch me dancing to it, but this not real life, y'all. This is not real life. So that's what, because you know, it's not just Nicki Minaj. It's even the kids in the neighborhood that create music. So, you know,
because
at the
then
end of the day, it's entertainment.
We also have to look at it from a human trafficking perspective as well. How many young girls getting snatched up? You know what I mean? So I mean, let's just be real about the situation.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean?
The way you carry yourself.
So before we wrap it up, one last question is about social media, in terms of how much you think social media plays a role in what we're seeing happening out here on the street.
I think it plays a big role. Yep, I think social media plays a big role. When I like y'all said, you know, working in the school, getting the kids to follow me, they because I had so many followers, they had a lot more respect for me for some reason. So they are into social media. That's their thing.
We gotta change with the time.
That's their thing. I hate it, but
y'all remember when we had MySpace?
We used to stay on MySpace. So you know, now it's just even more popular. So it's like you know, even like with before COVID, everybody hated, you know, live stuff. Now you don't have no choice. So you know, I think it's a good and a bad, because also, you know, you can get on anything you want. You know, that's where I first was introduced to a lot of things I wasn't supposed to be saying. So yeah.
Last question. What do you think is your most memorable moment from running your organization, Guns Down Friday?
Stormaya Jackson's funeral. It was a young lady who committed suicide. Allegedly committed suicide. She was being bullied, and she told the school about it, and they did nothing. But that was like one of my first funerals, and it was it sounds weird, but it was the most beautiful funeral I ever went to. It was just so much love. It was just so peaceful, and I just will never forget, you know, being at that funeral. It just gave me strength to do the work I do now. Like, I always picture her and her family when I'm working. You know, and I really helped out. I volunteered at her funeral. I helped with the food and stuff, to the point that they thought I was family. So like it just, you know, and that's another mother's house I'm over all the time. So it just was so honorable to be able to help.
We are honored and humbled that you came on to a podcast with us. Yo, this has been amazing. It went by fast, right?
I know.
Tell your friends and family about this show.
Yes. Raylo told me I was gonna like it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come.
Yeah,
you have to come on and be a guest co-host.
Definitely.
Oh, I missed when. Oh, maybe you was doing what was it called when y'all did like drinks?
Working class intellectuals.
Man, I missed the drinks. I missed that. I should have.
Everybody, we still gonna do that too.
That'll be nice. Y'all can have people have a glass.
For sure. For sure. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Bring your drinks. Life after Gunshot.
It was so creative. I thought it was so cute and classy the way you guys did that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming on. Yo, please let everybody know your Instagram, Cash App, Facebook.
Yes, my Instagram is Guns Down Friday, DMV. That's GUNS. Guns Down Friday. Guns with the S, basically. My cash app is Guns Down Friday. Yeah. Oh, and my website is www.gunsdownfriday.com, and that's where you can find all the social media handles, how to donate. Yeah.
So everybody, please donate to the cause. You know, this is amazing. Young woman doing amazing work out here in the DC streets. It should be recognized and celebrated for her work. We appreciate you coming on the show. And you always guest the Life After the Gunshot. And we got to get you on as a special guest host. We're gonna commit you to that.
For sure.
We thank you for coming on the show, and keep doing what you're doing. We got much love for you.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Honored.
Appreciate you. So I think we're going to have you. I think we're going to have you step backstage so we can have our offline convo.
Okay.
And we're going to take it from there. Life after the gunshot.
Life after the gunshot, y'all. Catch us.
Life after gunshot.
OTL. Mafia music. I don't really do the computers. I'm in the street with the movers. I'm on the block with the shooters.